Alright, welcome back to another session of me learning Unity, 30 minutes every day. So while this is loading up the Unity, I guess I'll try to set up everything else too, just loading the Udemy course and whatnot. Oh yeah, I noticed that while messing around with it after posting the video, I think it didn't save. So let's go ahead and fix that. So for this one, we just need to set the text, which is this part, the current guess, into the text, and then we want to update these again to have the functions. So we're gonna number, press higher, lower, press lower. Let me see if that works. Alright, we also, oh, it's 0, right? Sorry. So it also didn't save the settings for our max and min values. So let's see how that looks now. It works. Let me see if I save it. Alright. So the last thing we left off was doing here, stop the computer from being able to guess an already guessed number. But it also seems like we're not using random again. So let's go change that as well. And if you remember, or if you recall, we used random dot range, and that'd be min and max. And remember that min is inclusive while max is exclusive. So that means that if our max value is 1,000, it'll ignore 1,000 and only go up to 999. 999. And then for min, inclusive means that if it starts, if we set it as 1, then it'll be, we could still reach that value. I think that's it, right, for the random to guess between a range. So let's just see. I'm gonna do another test. I'm guess the number 333. Compiler issues. What could we get? Range. Oh, sorry. Capitalized. You gotta capitalize it. So it's gonna guess this. So I want 333. So let's try that. Nope. Higher. Higher. Lower. That's correct. Cool. Alright, so the next challenge is to stop the computer from being able to guess an already guessed number. So to do that, I figure you would need to hold some sort of values that you can hold, or you need to have like a data structure to hold past guesses and then be able to compare if that number exists already. And I think a good one would be using like an array list, if C# has it, when searching if it contains already like a number already. So in order to do that, I need to look at C#. I mean, I don't think this is the way they wanted to, because I don't think they taught how to do Arraylist, but that's my solution. So in here, how do you instantiate one? So you just say Arraylist, my new Arraylist. So where would we put that? We'd probably put it here. Arraylist previous guesses, right? And in the start, new Arraylist, and then whenever I guess we should do it actually over here. And then we do previous guesses dot add current guess. I want to see some methods. So we have adapter add contains. So it's kind of the same in Java too. So we can do it like this. While current or while previous guesses dot contains current guess, then let me try to understand what I just wrote. So it checks if the current guess already exists in the previous guesses, which is in English means that if they already made the guess, then we change it. So it would be something like right here. They haven't taught us while loop 2, so I definitely know this isn't the solution they're looking for, and they probably have a much more efficient way of doing it. But I guess brute force, this is the way I would do it. Like on the top of my head, this is the best way I can think of, I guess. So let's try that. There's some errors. Oh wait, so it's not add with a lowercase, it's add with an uppercase. Alright. And I noticed that we don't have to define the type, because usually in in Java you'd have to say integer or the object type that you want. But in this case, it seems like they can kind of tell what you want by your first addition to the list. I think that's how it works. So let's give it a shot. So how about, let's try to look for the same number. So let's say 250. That's correct. I think that's the way to go. Alright, I'm gonna see how they do it. So far, we're good. Seems like the way I did it is also the way they're doing it too. For the random, when guessing a random number. Oh, I see. I see. Alright. So I made it way too complicated. Essentially, when we want to make sure, and in this case, right? I guess in more complicated scenarios, we would do something like this. But in the sense, we know what values to change here. In our case, it'd be the min and max because we're kind of limiting the range, right? So when to prevent recurring guesses, we just need to add one, or add one to the minimum and minus one to the max. Therefore, it reduces all the possible recurring numbers. So so the way to solve it, I haven't watched it yet, but I think I'm gonna assume this is how they're gonna do it. So I'm gonna delete the code that I have right now, which is, yeah, it's a lot more efficient. It doesn't create any more memory, and it's, yeah, I think that's the only benefit. So we're just gonna add one and subtract one, and I think that produces the same outcome. And to check, there's actually a way to check it. We can go to gameplay and then observe the status of these two fields, and we're getting another error. I think I forgot to do something. Oh, here it is. Alright, so we're gonna not maximize on play and just play it through this small window, and yeah, there's still an error for that. We want it to just stay as 1000, but yes, you notice the one. If we say, let's say we're going to guess a number 982, so 804 is there. 94, or right, sorry, I wanted to show you guys before the update, right? Because essentially this is what they wanted us to pay attention to, is the repetition of numbers usage. So let's say I'm gonna guess a number 3. So notice how the previous number was 333, and it still has a chance to guess this number if I say, oh, it's higher. And we don't want that because, well, like logically, you know, if we said it's a different number from a guessed number, then obviously that's not the answer. So to reduce the number of errors or incorrect answers, incorrect numbers, placing the plus here and the minus will guarantee that the numbers don't repeat themselves. Alright, I'm going to continue the video now. Alright, I'm noticing an issue right here. But I'm gonna continue watching. Alright, so here, since remember we can actually remove this now, because this part makes the value that we're interested in inclusive, because adding a 1 neglects the last number, which is the number we don't care about for now. But yeah, I don't know if you paid attention, but there are some issues with the combinations of button presses that causes my number to be, or my guess number to be, greater than the restriction. So for example, let's just try to make both of these kind of the same. So it says 1001. Interesting. And then see how this is increasing? So we need to have some sort of validations, I guess. So if min is less than max, and if max is greater than min. So I'm hoping this one will fix the possible issue of making them increment more than what they're required, or more than what they're set as, if that makes sense. Nice. Cool. So just a simple fix to that. I'm not sure if they were the people on Udemy were aware of it, but yeah. Unless it was just it only happened to me because maybe I messed up with the logic somewhere. Alright, we're done with this part, so let's move on to the next one, which seems like that was it. That was like the whole game, and we might be heading to publishing this game again, like with our previous project. Oh, he's actually going to teach us how to convert this to like an executable. Cool. Alright, I need to make a quit button then, but I guess he'll teach us that too here. So for our quit button, we're gonna have to mess around with this script. Alright. So if you want to quit, how would we do that? I'm assuming there'd probably be something like scene manager exit or something. I don't know. So it looks like we're going to be using this, and the lecturer said that this only works when we build for the build version, not the editor. So if I were to run it here and include this code into the script, it wouldn't work. But if I created a build, it would work. It would, I guess, like there's probably some sort of feature or like some sort of file or like on and off switch that's created during the build that allows the application to end through the script. Quits the player application, shut down the running application. The application.quit call is ignored in the editor. If you want to use application.quit when running Unity inside another application, see the Universal Library Android Unity as a library manual page. Note, in most cases, termination of application under iOS should be left at the user's discretion. Calling this method in iOS player might appear to the user that the application has crashed. Oh, interesting. So to do it, we just need to say application.quit. And here it says input.getKey, but for ours, I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to set the onClick method to be this. So I assume we do application.quit. System.collections. I might need to use that. No, it's already here. I think we're good to go. But we won't be able to test it out since it doesn't work in the editor. But we also still need to set the method, which is exit game. For learning purposes, I don't think I'm gonna do this challenge because they just want us to kind of polish up the UI and etc. But I think I've spent too much time on that, so I'm just gonna keep going. Wait, what happened? Did it? Huh. That's odd. What happened to the button? Yeah, that looks kind of awful. Does look like it says quiz, so we're probably gonna change it to something else. Guess I need to save it. Alright, looks like it might take a while. So let's see how long it's going to take. I think it's cool that Unity allows you to kind of configure the game in like with its own settings without needing to kind of it works now. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can show you. I'll try to show you real quick, I guess. Or unless they don't show it. Interesting. Is it this one? Nope. Huh. Well, if I ever do experience it, but like this. Like that. I thought I would see that. Wait, let me try it. Oh, huh. Wonder how they did it then. But if I ever figure out how to do this, I think, yeah, this is pretty cool to be able to kind of edit the, well, I mean, like, I don't expect this, so it's kind of surprising to be able to kind of do this. Because whenever I play like other games, like I see this and I thought it's pretty useful. Wonder how big the size is. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here for now. Peace.